Hi guys, how are you doing? It is the end of August and we are moving into September. And I am still obsessed with my latest babies, my Lightseers Tarot and my Muse Tarot. So here we are. We are going to be doing our monthly prediction videos for the month of, getting what it's going to look like for the month of September 2019. And I'm going to be using these two decks. Now, since this is the Muse Tarot, so we're going to talk about work, creativity, finance, and all that muse-based stuff coming from here. Uh, the Light Seers Tarot is going to shed light on the romance aspect of September. And since I wanted to kind of go borderless, but I also wanted a Rider-Waite based deck for my general part of the reading, so I chose the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and that's going to talk about the general sort of overview reading for each sign. And that brings me, to my little, thing that I say every time. To get the best out of these readings, look for both your sun sign and your moon sign. If you know your ascendant sign, add that into the mix and get a kind of a mixture of all of that to kind of come to a like as personal as possible prediction for how the month will look like for you. All right, and of course each video has timestamps, so you can just jump from to the sign that you want to look at. You don't have to watch the entire video, saves time and all of that good stuff. And of course we are going to bunch these videos together based on elements. So we have earth, air, water, fire, all of that. And please, please, please don't mind my hoarse voice. I'm kind of dealing with a cough. And if you hear any weird noises in the background, that's just, we're getting some work done in the house. So just kind of bear with me this month, okay? All right. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. Alright, now let's see what September 2019 holds in store for fire signs, which are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's begin. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, Aries, your general reading is the Fool reversed with Two of Cups. Something beautifully interesting and new begins for you this month. Could be a relationship, could be a partnership, a friendship, anything that involves you interacting, with another person on a sort of an emotional or feelings based level. And this is not something you're jumping into without any thought. It's not something that you're just like taking on faith or just carelessly and kind of embracing or entering into. No, and it may not be something that you have sat and pondered over for hours and days and weeks and stuff like that either, but it is something that you have, it's not just a momentary feeling that you've just jumped on. It is something that you've given a little bit of thought, and it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. It is going to be something lovely and new for you this month. Now, looking at the relationship and love kind of arena here, the cards that show up for you are Four of Cups reversed and Star reversed. This is interesting. The energy is very powerful. Four of Cups reversed. If you see this card, right? Let me show it to you upright. It's pretty interesting. she's focused on these three empty cups, and this fourth cup, there's a rainbow coming out, but she's not noticing it because, she's bored. She's like, nah, whatever. But now in the reverse, you finally notice that, right? You finally turn around, you're like, hey, look at that. While I was not, getting all bored and stuff, there was a rainbow here. You're gonna stumble upon something that is gonna take you by surprise, especially in the relationships area of your life, and you're gonna be like, hey, this was here all along, and how come I never noticed it? And star reverse, this is something that you have been foolish enough to not pay attention to, because it's been pointed out to you, you have just not noticed it, you have not paid attention to it. So when it shows up, pay attention. Okay? And work, creativity, and all of that. Death reversed again with star reverse. This is interesting. You get 2 star reverse this time, right? Now, death talks about change, right? At work, maybe a project comes to an end or something comes to an end, and you will be like, okay, you know what? That's fine. And paired with the star reversed, you find yourself at a loose end. You find yourself at a spot where you're saying, okay, this is ended, which is good. It was supposed to end. It meant to be ended, which is fine. But now I don't know what to look, what direction to go forward. What should I do? Maybe a project comes to an end. Maybe even a job comes to an end, and you're at a loose end. Like, okay, what comes next? What happens next? What happens after this? Right? So I'm just saying, from a learning perspective, these pairings, the previous card makes a difference in how this card gets interpreted, right? And the context, of course, work, relationships, that sort of thing. So I'm just saying it's interesting. So at work, this is how things are. You find yourself at a loose end when something comes to an end, and you're like, please, someone give me direction. Please, someone show me the way. That kind of thing. Okay? But that's all right. That's all right. I think with this energy, you will soon find yourself, face to face with something new, with something interesting. Something great always comes at the end of this. Maybe this star reverse is a momentary or short term thing, and something else comes after that, which says, hey, you know what? Look, here it is. This is good. Pay attention. Right? Maybe you need to look in the direction you have not looked before. Who knows? So next up is Leo. Ooh. So Leo, your general reading is Queen of Swords with King of Cups reversed. So logic is going to triumph over feeling. Your head wins over your heart. And this is difficult for lions, trust me. Right? Leo is my moon sign and my ascendant sign. So it's like, oh my God. So basically, you're logical, but also, because she's the queen, there's that energy of feminine compassion. But compassion here is tempered by logic. It's tempered by your intellectual sharpness, right? It's not just blind compassion. It is a very aware compassion. And that triumphs over your very sentimental, very overly emotional side this month. And you will find yourself being extremely sharp and witty and smart and compassionate where you need to be, but not taking BS. You know what I'm saying? You don't take no one's BS, which is good. It's good. That's nice. Now, in the area of relationships, whether romantic or any other, you have 2 of Swords paired with the 2 of Wands reversed. This is interesting. You are going to have to take a very difficult decision. Time is running out, and you're not, don't let your fears kind of distract you or confuse you even more. Whatever decision you need to take it, because you don't have many different options. You don't have many different other ways to go to. you need to fix what is broken, maybe, or you need to make that decision very soon. Otherwise, there will be no other way to move forward for you. So take that decision and move yourself out of this stuck position. Now, this is very interesting in the relationship front, whether it is personal relationships, with friends and stuff, or it is, romantic relationships. Okay? Now, and when it comes to creativity and work, you have Six of Voices with these Seven of Inspiration. This is intense, right? You're going to be making a very difficult sort of transition, moving past a lot of hurdles or issues or previous baggage type situations, and then you're going to come find yourself in a space where with your willpower and with the strength of your mind, you're going to kind of hold things, make things happen. If when things or try to overwhelm you, you're going to be controlling it with your will. And when inspiration strikes, you're going to be acting upon it also, again, based on your will. So it's going to be like, as soon as you have crossed the hurdle, there's a test waiting for you. As soon as you have moved past your issues of the past, really, the universe is like, okay, if you say you've moved past it, well, here's a little test. Let's find out if you have moved past it, shall we? And the test happens. So, Leo, this is going to be a very interesting month for you overall, right? So I would say this Queen of Swords energy is going to be very, very handy. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't let drama get the best of you. Stay on top of that and stay cool, stay sharp. Take the decision where, in your relationship arena, even if it is a tough decision, because that's what's going to get you unstuck. And finally, moving past your previous issues and baggages at work or when dealing with creativity will bring you to a spot where the universe will likely test you and say, okay, let's see if you have really made that transition well. And believe me, you'll clear this test. All right. So don't fear that. Just go for it. You will more than clear this test. You will pass it with flying colors, as they say. Wow. This is intense, especially for me. Like I said, my sun sign, my moon sign and my ascendant sign both are Leo. Ooh. Right on. Okay. And finally, we come to Sagittarius, the Archer. Your general reading is Empress with Two of Swords reversed. Interesting. So, Sagittarius, you guys are going to be in a very creative space for this month. You're going to feel very nice. We're going to feel very creative. Maybe you might even do a little bit of cooking. I don't know. Ultimately, but when it comes down to things, when it comes down to some tough spots in the month, because, the whole month is not going to be all, hey, happy, happy, happy. When you find yourself in tough spots in this month, you're going to find yourself in a place where, you won't be having a powers to make any decisions or choices or calls in that regard. You'll be like, okay, I don't have a choice. I have to accept what comes. Now, one thing is that whatever comes is going to be good for you. It's just that not having that option or not having that choice to say that, okay, I choose A rather than B because that's what I want. That is what's going to get to you, right? Not the fact that, yes, you would have chosen A and A is coming to you regardless, but, the fact that you didn't get to choose that is what's going to bug you. Okay, now coming to the area of relationships, whether love or friendship, here we have the Seven of Wands paired with the Moon reverse. So there's going to be a lot of work that comes to you and relationship work, right? There's going to be work, that you need to do in your relationship. And you will need to really stop, how do you say it? Stop being the ostrich, all right? Putting your head in the sand. I know the imagery doesn't work here, but putting your head in the sand and just saying, oh, nothing else exists is not going to work for you no more. You got to come out of this space of the ostrich. You're gonna come out of this little pool you submerge yourself into and saying, hey, I don't know what's going on. No, you gotta come out, you gotta do the work. And in fact, the insights that you are carrying with you, you really deeply, instinctively have some really good insights, some really good, information or guidance or wisdom or whatever that is going to help you tackle what the work, is. So use that deep insight to your best, in the best way to kind of tackle it. So don't ignore it, pretend that it will go away. No, it will not. Take that insight, take that deeper wisdom that you have really, and you put it to good use, and you will find that all the work that you need to put in, or that needs to be put into any relationship to make it work, is going to be so worth it. So worth it. Okay. And finally, we come to the area of creativity and work and muse and that sort of thing. We have, again, interesting moon reversed with the muse of materials also reversed. This is your king of materials or king of pentacles. Let me see if I can put it this way. Here we go. So, this is interesting. Both these cards are reversed. So at work, it's going to be tough. Okay, stop being, too moody. You're going to actually come back to, find your way back into the practical realm like the rest of us. And then you're going to discover that everything has gone and changed around you. So it's going to be a tough transition for you, to kind of come to sort of terms with that change that has happened. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. And you're going to find it really rough, but you will eventually come around and accept, change that has happened. So just that, I think, with this Two of Swords reverse there, it's going to bother you that you had no say in the change that took place. And you'll be like, oh, how come nobody asked me? Well, you were not around. You were lost in this moony moon, which is why, when you came out of that moody space of yours, you realized everything had gone and changed around you when you weren't looking. So give yourself a moment or two to adjust to the new way things are working, and this card will become upright. And whatever deep insights that you have brought with you, which you in that moon space that you were, when you were in that space, you did happen to kind of come upon a lot of interesting insights. Those insights are going to be really handy. They're going to help you, transition to that new changed routine, environment, and space. So don't let that stop you or deter you. Just go for it. You'll make it happen. Interesting. You Sagittarians have a bunch of work to do this month. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.